I'll start off with I am watching, currently in progress, Will Trent.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I believe you reviewed that earlier when you had just started it.
I did. Okay, so this is season 2.
Nice.
It is on ABC, so also on Hulu.
Okay.
It is a detective series. I love a detective series, mostly because I love when they resolve the story. So I don't like anything
So
like
episodic, like
Yes,
each
episodic. Yes.
episode's wrapped up.
Correct. There's obviously some big overarching stories of each season, but every episode has its own little mystery that is being solved, its own crime or whatever. It's based on a series of books by Karin Slaughter. And I, of course, immediately checked them out from the library and started listening to them. So,
So you're spoiling it for yourself?
kind of. In a TV series, they're going to have to do a lot of different stories versus a book.
Book series based on following this one character, Will Trent?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay,
yes.
Okay. Like an Agatha Christie.
Yeah. I think there's 12 novels.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. There's 12 novels currently in this series.
God, I wanted a third detective.
I know. That was a good run. Hold on. Agatha Christie, Sherlock Holmes.
Hercule Poirot.
Well, see, what you're mistaking is Agatha Christie is the author of Hercule Poirot.
Yeah.
Right?
So then we need someone on top of. Murder, She Wrote.
Well, you can't say Murder, She Wrote.
Are you looking for another author?
I don't
Who
think books are based
who
off
wrote
her.
The Firm and all those lawyer books?
John Grisham.
There you
Yeah,
go,
John Grisham. Well, but
Okay.
each one is different. He didn't really do like a serialized, a whole bunch of one guy or
Right.
female detective, regardless of gender. I'm just saying he didn't do like one character. He did a bunch of different, I think. I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh.
I think we should just help the world out and say, yes, we want all John Grisham novels with Tom Cruise in them, like The Firm.
Yeah.
Just make it the same character.
Just connect them all.
But I'm going to stick with Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote.
Okay. Did you just look that up?
Yes,
I
of
heard
course
some
you did.
tapping.
I mean, don't rat me out.
Tip tap, tip tap. Oh, totally Jessica Fletcher.
I'm just going to stick with that iconic detective.
Well,
All
what
right.
about Magnum PI?
All right, now we're off.
That's not
We're
a-
off.
okay, all right.
Will Trent.
Okay, Will Trent. It's set in Atlanta, and he was a foster kid, and one of his main best friends is also on the force. He is a GBI, so Georgia Bureau of Investigations.
I mean, we all know that.
It's
what
such a
that
waste of time when they're dealing with like, oh, it's this department. It's like, you're a detective, not a detective. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you.
He's in the BBFFBI, the Best Friends Bureau of Investigation. What?
His friend is a homicide detective, so that's an interesting relationship. He might have a weird father thing going on who also might be a serial killer, but we're not sure if that was his father. But that's kind of being dealt with more this season 2. Yeah, it's good. I really like it.
backstory.
Yeah. So Ramón Rodríguez is the main character, Will Trent. Oh, I'm going to use my least favorite word in the world.
Oh,
Just don't say it.
I want to know what it is.
What? I'm getting.
Oh,
The
I know where
titular
we're going.
character.
How dare you, Ed?
Ed, you can't.
If you can't steal my titular,
Ew, it is awful.
it's the worst word ever. Okay, so titular meaning the title character.
Which you could have just said.
I know. Why don't people just say that? Why do they have to say titular all the
Who's saying
time?
it?
I don't know. I hear it a lot.
I never hear it. Do you,
It's
John?
only because you don't like it that it
Yeah.
sticks out to you.
It's horrible. It's the worst.
I think that the first time I ever heard it was you saying titular.
Well, I hear it a lot, and I'm also very like.
I'm not going to say what I. If you just said the word to me and said Liz, what do you think that means?
Well, don't answer that.
Titty torture. Like
I just stepped on what you said, which might have been a good thing.
okay, yeah. Sorry if you didn't hear it. Then we're just
Which is better. Better that you didn't hear what she said she thought titular might mean.
Right.
Okay. All right.
It's not a show on the Playboy channel?
I mean, really?
Titacular. Oh, sorry, that's a different show.
No. Yikes. Okay. So enough with titular. So
Wait a minute, though. Do you realize Ramón Rodríguez was in The Affair, one of your favorite shows, Elizabeth?
yes. And he was an undesirable or complicated character in it. And ultimately, it would be a spoiler alert if I gave too much away what his character is. Because if you haven't watched The Affair, which was on Showtime, right? I think you can go back and watch it. I think I blocked him out from that.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was only 5 episodes, so it wasn't like he was in the whole show.
But you know what? He was titular because it was very impactful. his role, actually.
Was he one of the affairs in The Affair? Okay, we won't say.
I can't say.
Okay. All right. So he's great in this. I was about to move on to his friend character, but I do have to say this one last thing about his character. He is dyslexic. I am dyslexic. So that, to me, is a really cool element of his character. He likes to take all of his notes via a little audio recorder, which is also like, why isn't he just using his phone? But whatever. I just like that layer of complication because it's like, oh, how would you go about this if this is a challenge for you? So back to his best friend. His best friend is played by Erika Christensen, who is fantastic.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's great in it. She's very complicated. She's got a lot going on.
She was in Parenthood.
Yes, she was in Parenthood, correct. And then it's filled out with a nice range of other characters around him. He has a partner who is great, and then the head of the GBI, who's a great character. What?
Georgia Bureau of
I know.
Investigation.
Well, what you didn't say, and this is why
what?
they always do this, is because it's like cross law enforcement issues.
Yes.
Because it's this GBI, which is a state thing, versus Atlanta, like a city police department, which is, I think maybe, it's not that we don't experience that in California, but I don't know that we think about it as much as other places. Like you hear in like an East Coast movie or something, it's like, oh, the Stadies. And you're like, what? Who cares?
Yeah.
Aren't they just cops? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So, but that's why this is an issue.
Well, also, you realize, like, oh, well, then the FBI, which would be federal, which is across all the states, it's that whole weird jurisdictional thing that, like,
Law and Order comes up, and I really like when someone comes in and throws their jurisdiction dick around, claiming where they need to be.
Their stick? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a big, like, oh no,
It's
they're
like a
here.
pissing contest of jurisdictions.
Jurisdictions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So anyway, that would be where I'm at with that. It's currently airing. It's on ABC. It's really good. I mean, it's a great detective series. So, there's a lot of shows that are detective series, but this is a good one, and I am enjoying it.